Commission for Democracy. Now salon so we the support. Within our province, National Commission for Democracy. Now salon so we the support. Positive participation in governance. Now salon. National Commission for Democracy. Now salon so we the support. Within our province, National Commission for Democracy. Organization with the National Commission for Democracy. This commission then began in 1994. So long before from good government and democracy. National Commission for Democracy. They promote art and development. They promote democracy. They do it by civic education. We will help you for know your rights as salon person and waiting to be around you. Advocacy and research. They work with local and international organizations. The National Commission for Democracy. In mission, now to tell people them about peace. We want man right them. And now we for live in a society where we all equal. We say all man gets power to enjoy immortal man rights. And then we'll go about the business with one word. We go push because he go before. This commission, waiting not for himself, is strong. Responsibility and all the other institutions for democracy. Now salon so we the top of
Fambule Mauduo. Now so I will welcome you to this edition of NCD HOUR, your civic education program where for promote good governance in Salon. And it will come to you courtesy of the National Commission for Democracy. Inside today's program, Salon they celebrate independence, and today we done 57 years. We want to do a good governance analysis of our country since independence. You will take time for listening to the address of His Excellency President Madabio. He said, until we achieve 20% of our GDP from local revenue mobilization, we not get no business for spend government couple for celebrating independence. Well, you get your view. All man gets in view on the matter. But we na NCD feel say necessary for me to come and talk about we nation at the age of 57 from several angles. Where the one the Holland book can call them PESUL analysis. The PESUL, the P stand for political, the E stand for economic, the S stand for social, the T stand for technological, the L stand for legal, and the E stand for environmental. From all of them perspectives, when they want for look at the country, Sierra Leone, because some people say we don't get anything for right home about in terms of celebrating independence. For help me for me to look at all of the issues that will relate to this analysis, we'll call a good governance analysis. I get inside the studio, the chairman of the National Commission for Democracy, in name na Dr. Abubakar Kagbo. Doc Napotel Fambule Ado.
Fambul unakusheo.
I also get with me at the studio the commissioner in charge of the Eastern region, in name na Commissioner Momo Bokri. Commissioner for Tel Fambule Ado.
Fambule unaudo.
And I also get with me at the studio the commissioner in charge of the Southern region, inside the National Commission for Democracy, named Namada Marian Samo, Commissioner for Tel Fambule Ado. So then people also deal with me today for make you come understand Salon from that personal analysis since independence, that is after 57 years, who's are we there politically, who's are we there economically, who's are we there socially, who's are we there technologically, who's are we there legally, who's are we there environmentally. Me, when they bring the program come to you, in a Reverend Jibril Akago, they say to you, yourself can be part of this program. The number na 077 581457 or 079 236761. Yourself can be part of this program. Send you text or WhatsApp message to the line here, so we go read them out to the public. Make them say you feel concerning the issues we want to start the discussion proper without delay. Make a turn to the chairman of the commission, Dr. Kagbo. Doc, Saloon, Don 57. Politically, where are we? And what's in your assessment of Usawide for 57 years now as an independent nation? Over to you, Dr. Kagbo.
Well, thank you very much. First of all, I want to congratulate my Saloon brothers and sisters for where the country they celebrate 57 years of independence. Where some people go feel say in a long years, because if you get Pekin, or if you don't grow up to 57 years, you go say you forget something for sure. You go say you don't develop somehow. Because if you fool at 50 then I think they say you go fool forever. But not also the state they run. The state they deal with the dynamic people then. We're diverse in thinking and actions. So if you get that kind of thing and they, you not go expect development one day. You not go expect progress one day. A gradual. So for me, 57 years will be long years, but I go say Salon don't try for forge ahead. Because in any situation, you get the positive and the negative where they work within any sort of situation. It be it in an individual, you get the positive, you get the negative. But that not show for say, development will take place. It take place gradually. Politically, we go say when we achieve independence, some 57 years back, perhaps as a young nation, we not be able sort of pull off that thing where we meet, where we as young Pekin, we get for take body force, we get for creep, waka, for them, team up, for them. That particular time, they, as a young nation, waiting and go say, then tell you, so then I go take, for two. But we don't grow past that. But we serve, and that grow, they grow. Some things that they happen in the country. Sunday now we self the douam. Now we self the poelam. Sunday now waiting they come out outside the poelam. So then kind of situation they for let you grow to what you want, it's not easy. Now for that very recently where I read His Excellency talk about say Sierra Leone for extricating itself from dependency, we for try we self for let we export commodities so that waiting will happen. Sierra Leone will get foreign exchange, that in the economy go strong. I don't see say this now a direction where they link politics and economics. When you find out for say 57 years back, Sierra Leone they export raw materials like cacao, coffee, palm kernel, piassava, etc. But you find out for say we not been the benefit too much. That money will be the can inside for let it helps alone for develop. It not been the can. For example, look at education. How we get education. The education we receive from the colonialists. You find out for say we not develop unto a point where for not help we for grow past how we go today in terms of education. Waiting do because here alone now largely dependency. That means we depend by everything we want to do. Plus we ask the people outside say una give that una give there. It gets so many problems where it give to a country. It gets so many problems where they give a government. It they make the government not able do what if for do. When they can want to say truck, you want box in hand shot. The government will be willing for do something. It get good policies, but definitely if you not get the resources, I'm afraid it not good one. That's what will happen. The people that will begin talk against that government. Say, government, you don't promise, you didn't do one. Because the country itself, not they pull what if for pull, not they export what if for export, for let get that enough money there so that it go make all man get carrot in mouth for the charm. So Agladi, we will try for link up the economy and politics. So if I for say Sierra Leone, over the years, the politics been wrong because we lack of resources and of course also bad governance. Over the years, we know say bad governance been there in terms of we not been the respect, governance principles. And one important one are the rampant corruption we been there in the society. So it been the make clear that small thing government they get, it will go round. Only few people them in the line their pockets so that again it. But generally speaking, Sierra Leone, we don't forge ahead. We don't hold several elections. Be it the 1996, 2002, 2007, 2012, and this last one, 2018, we found out for say they're relatively peaceful. It shows say we don't begin to understand, although we get a long way for go. Because governance and political culture, they just take and so one day. Now a process. Now that process say we now NCD want for look deeper. That process they don't want for let government help more, for let people then become more refined in terms of social responsibility and political culture. When we get them, you find out for say who side knowledge there. When people understand and get the right knowledge, believe me, they're gonna make mistake, but that mistake is not gonna be too much. So they call upon government for let them continue, for help the NCD, let us get the resources so that nationwide we go able to sensitize people them, they able to understand because good people, now they go make good laws. Good people them, they go also obey they go also obey laws. We're good in our country. But if they ask me about the socio-economic and political sort of history since, I go say yes, some side where we not do well, some side where we actually they forge ahead. And that's what the state for go. The state na an entity where it grow gradually. At times you don't even see say they grow. At times you go see say they grow 2 steps backward and 1 step forward. But definitely for we 75 years, a long, but I go say yes, Salone don't do well. But we need to do more so that we get the people them, we go understand the politics of the country, we go understand say the economy is vital for politics. If the economy not there, if bread not in the mouth, we say democracy cannot stand with an empty stomach. So we know for say that thing is very, very important. So if I see the link now properly, and we tell wait man and say, do ya, we say one try for export to, one try for add something by that iron ore. Look, we will make nailo, low export more. Low make iron rod, low export more. That bauxite. One begin make zinco for low do something. So they go bring in foreign exchange for Salone. That 10 day, with salary they go be well. School fee will be paid. College they go pay them. They go make sure say everything go work well. But if you know there, at times now it's dangerous to government. For the government will get all 19 and they for let move the country go before. I will stop here for sir.
Okay, very well so sir. Plenty thank you to Dr. Kagbo for that good start there, even as we asked him for making talk on the political aspect of the country in history for 57 years. But of course, the attempt for do what you call political economy analysis, we connect the two things them. And on the negative side, because it talk on so many positive, on the negative side, they mentioned bad governance, corruption, as things and we don't affect we over the years, where we need for pay attention. But he also talks say, since the Second Republic, that is from 1996, we don't hold 5 elections, we don't position we relatively as a country we for manage in political affairs. But then he emphasized say we need for build on the political culture. We say a need there for support the National Commission for Democracy, they came for do well for the entire country. Where they push the program go before, even as I want to remind you, say you're there on NCD HOUR, where they come to you, courts of the National Commission for Democracy. Mecca bring in Commissioner Momo Bokri, the Commissioner of the Eastern Region. We still look at this political condition. We want to examine them for offer solutions to the things that we don't see happening over the years. From 61, we started well. We see we get a multi-party democracy, and it get to a point we get a military interregnum, and afterwards we get a one-party state, and then military business coincide back. Then we now revert finally to a multi-party democracy. How you see the political system? Is really conducive to meaningful national development? Taking your cue probably from some of the things that Chairman say. Over to you, Commissioner Bokri.
Well, thank you, Reverend Jamila Kabo, for this very important question we don't ask. Yes, Sierra Leone come a long way in terms of our political development. In terms of the politics of this country, I think we don't come a long way. We don't do much. From our colonial masters, we don't hold elections. Some of the elections and they mainly be supported by international communities. And again, it don't reach to a point where Sierra Leone says, don't say yes. We need for GRAP now, as a grown-up child, for me to take up responsibility for our development. And then thing that will be they make Sierra Leone they go behind from politics, from development. We need for drop that thing. For example, talking about violence in elections, those days, when they talk about election, people will be hunted in vehicles, taking them, going as dogs to go and cause mayhem, stop other people. Remember those days where people they use marble for go vote. We don't pass them days and day. We don't reach to a point where even for make we go register now for election, again for biometric voter registration. We don't go to that level there. We don't come now to a point where Sierra Leoneans for take responsibility for their own governance. Look at politics as not a do or die business, accepting the outcome of the results of the election, for let people know say election, now it go come and go. And after election, we all for come back as a family, as a unit, as a country, for me we work towards development. When election don't pass, it don't pass. We don't get a new government. We for all work together, rally around that government day, the president, for let we move forward, let the country go forward. We don't come this way. So I think say it don't come to a time now when for change. And I remember in the president speech when he talk about new direction, he talk about a new dawn. I mean when he talk about new dawn, I just remember say Mina a winner. And so when you talk about a new dawn, that's doing things in a new way. Changing your mind, your perspective about how things may be done to go. New dawn means changing new ideas, putting fresh ideas into the politics of this country. Let people know that we are all the same. We are one people in this country. We are a nation. We have to live cohesively as a nation. Not as thinking about tribes, thinking about regions. We for think together as a nation. We for see ourselves as a family, not as people scattered together. So we talk about that. And we for forget about those things. Let us change the mentality we get towards work. That if I'm not there, if not to me family, I'll not forget job. No, that is not the kind of thing. You will get the potential. I say everybody for realizing potential. That means it's a clear report that you were lazy for grab and begin for work. That kind of thing. So it don't they change the mentality of people, that people forget that kind of mentality, working towards the achievement or to making Sierra Leone a better place, not as individuals. We work for the nation, not doing things as business as usual. When time comes for go, somebody they lead on. In those days, we used to know that when they say you go for see minister, for example, you will go there for whole day. When minister come after some time, now go back. But now they say you for dinner working place 8:30. So everybody they rush now for go work. That kind of thing. So we for rise up, for see say this country don't go forward. Election pass, now governance, development, progress is what we for work together as a nation for me to bring Canada this country. So I think say politically we don't grow now. So talking about region, talking about tribes, we forget about that. Let us think Sierra Leone, work for Sierra Leone, that when Sierra Leone don't grow, now we all don't grow. A country don't grow beyond the people there. If they grow alongside with the people there. So when the country don't grow, we all don't save, we all don't develop. But when the country go for go bien, now we all don't go bien. So now that kind of mentality we forget. Now that you talk about a wake-up call, and you talk about disciplined leadership. Discipline leadership. Because when the leadership is not disciplined, everybody else, now the same thing, they will follow. Yeah, after all, the past 7, they go work late. You know, so by the time you go, if the time, I don't say the time when you come, me self go don't go now. You know, so when you talk about discipline leadership, you have to be disciplined. You know, if you're not disciplined, you're not able to discipline picking them. So you have to be a disciplined person before ever you discipline people. So now you find out that when they talk about monitoring, over the road, if possible they block you way, in company way for make you go. Oh, give me road, I want to go. Everywhere. So that kind of thing, when we work together as a country, as individuals, working together collectively, cohesively as a nation, the country will develop. So we also have to mitigate corruption, not a one-man business. You not have to wait until anti-corruption commission, they come for run after you. There are certain things as a leader where you're in your office, you know, you need for do. That ensure that everything where they give you for use them judiciously. You for use them the thing where you don't say you for do, you for use them for that purpose. You know, we get government vehicle, you use them in a manner, you use them like your private property or something where you for just use them anyhow you want. When we do that one, the country will grow before, you know, will develop. You know, so we have to work together, all of us together, not one person. You don't go for look for only police officers to be run after people that are committing crimes. No, if you are there and you are seeing somebody wants to do something that is not right, you say, no, don't do that. In some countries, that's what they do. And we're talking about independence, 57 years now. We're not a small picky again as a nation. Other countries, the way we get independent before. Other one, the way we don't get the same area, 2-3 years difference. See where they are today. Where are we? Where are we? And what is responsible? Our relationship, our thinking, our perspectives about this nation. The way they do things as individuals and as a unit, as institutions. So those are the issues we have to think about so that this country can move forward.
Okay, many thank you to Commissioner Buckley. Make I bring in Commissioner Samuel on the same matter. Where are we politically? For 57 years now, we don't get independence, and so many things on the happen in the country. What thing you take on the issues, man?
Well, this morning, when I listened to His Excellency the President in talk about the independence celebration, I think it sent a strong message. Turn back as we serve. Say, yes, we should sit back as Sierra Leoneans and ask ourselves, after 57 years, what gains have we scored? And it is only when we sit back home and reflect on those things that we will be able to take steps, strides in the direction we will be able to be more meaningful for our country. Yes, what thing that happened when the 20-30 years ago is quite different. We don't move steps there up, but where are we really as a nation? The one thing where me really glad about that is send a wake-up call to we Sierra Leoneans. Okay. It is indeed a wake-up call. Celebrating what? For us yourself. When we, like just my brother, the commissioner, say, country, they will all get independence around the same time. When we look at them, where they are today, and we look at we Sierra Leoneans, where we are today, and look at a small country like ours, reflecting on the kind of resources we have, I can ask, who is responsible? Is it the managers or we the people? Whether they manage?
Commissioner, interested in that question. Who is actually responsible?
Who is responsible? Is it the managers or we the people they are managing? But again, like we say, every good manager, because now they refer to with politicians, they are political heads, they are just managers. Now we the people, but then it is what the stance where they take, now they'll give you the direction for do the right things. Like we always say, when you there is a popular saying by an exponent who say the violations of today are the causes of tomorrow's conflict.
Of course.
So when things that happen today, we dey see say we dey delay, we dey go out of the way, we not correct am today. Wetin we dey look up to tomorrow? Now I go make today we dey look at ourselves as a nation. A lot of people believe say we not make any progress. Because like when we look at ourselves, before when we just get independence, we are flowing in the area of education. Then it started going down. We begin, the popular saying whether they say from Athens of West Africa to what are we now?
And they say by Lobari say they
yes. So all of those things politically, political statements coming that from political leaders get effect on we as a people. So the first thing when we begin the whole bond when they go look for, they are going to look for money. So now make you see somebody go left school at from 3, they say well they go sell market. Now they say go bread and butter. What do you mean they go fair now? After one, so when you engage the young people, they go say you go to school, you go to college, you come out, there is no job. So but only I go sell me market one thing.
People don't believe in
yes.
the development of the human being.
No.
For reach a capacity where you go able to do very well for himself and the rest of society.
Exactly. So now that all don't make we begin ask ourselves, where are we going? Have we gone higher? Or will they go at a snail pace? Yes. After they always blame and say there was a break in democracy with the introduction of the one-party system. Everybody became a sycophant, just saying things that would please His Excellency.
And that is something probably where I want to make you up on the more. That thing about where we got it wrong and the aspects of sycophancy as well. Probably because then can say the only will know the land from history, then go always make the same mistakes.
Okay.
Even in the present. And that is a very strong point about us moving away from a multi-party state and becoming a one-party state. The damage we cause to it politically.
Exactly.
And the fact say it breed in Sierra Leoneans that things for sycophancy, you get for please the leader, make you feel good because you feel say now the God will give you employment.
Exactly.
I want to make you touch more on that, Commissioner.
When there was that break in multi-partyism, we got the one-party state. Nobody matters anymore except His Excellency. Matters. So all the sycophancy, then liberalism, everybody try for couch in your small side, which side they go get waiting for it for today, and they forget say tomorrow day. Because if you eat today, you don't get nothing for say for tomorrow. When tomorrow reach, what do you get for do? So now let's sit back. Today na a day where it make we sit on our own, so not go dance them on our teeth. Because we get for sit back home and reflect on where are we today. For the fact say, some people were not particularly happy because of the decision of the police, say they don't put ban on all of those things. But I believe say it's somehow it is positive that people sit back home. Why they ban the devil dance? What has it been bringing for us? Those are the questions.
Commissioner, me not for even ask me with Andy. For me, it's about us having the opportunity to sit back at home and reflect on
that's
what have we achieved
for
these 57 years
that we've had independence. So when they stop a lot of Sierra Leone because people have been already now for take the streets of Freetown. So when they ask you for sit down home and reflect, I think say this is not the time for look back. What were the violations of yesterday we don't make today we they get so much conflict? What are the things that we did not get right? That we need for put right. We look at the things the way really other areas that don't get they don't forge ahead. We look at our economy, we look at education, we look at the health sector. Have we made gains? When any year the Human Development Index they come out, when they talk about we health status, and they say, but government is doing so well, they don't introduce free health care, maternity health care. Where are the women still dying? Is it our orientation? Or where is the break? Where is it that people are not doing things right? Are the drugs getting to the women? Is it corruption? So let's sit back, Sierra Leoneans.
So what do you think, Commissioner? Because we are still asking questions.
I believe say it is all of us. It
Okay.
is not no one person. It is all of us. Because of that break in democracy, we may think, and we had just this one partyism, and make we grow up. You see, say that for most of us adults that are about 40, 50, that is the time where we will grow up in that one party state. So what did we learn? Sycophancy, in corner. Tribalism came inside. Journalism came in. I get for link to this my own person because now they up here that so that it will do well more for me. We stop thinking as a nation. We started thinking in terms of regions, in terms of tribes. How many people are there up there who come from my region, who come from my tribe? We started thinking like that because there was no more competition and partyism. You go to parliament, everybody is the same. It is where you come from that mattered that time. So I believe that these are the things that went
So
wrong.
have we changed the orientation?
We need
Or what can we do to change that orientation?
well, this is why we are sitting back home to reflect and see how we can change this orientation. And that's why when I hope say, when the president they teach about the new direction, he has his people around him also looking at these things. What went wrong and how can we do it better this time? So that we not go they do the things that today we will bring the conflicts tomorrow. Because when we start doing the things right, the new generation of children, these first-time voters who voted en masse, they will not be frustrated. They will not go. They will grow up learning new things and new ways of doing things. Whilst we, the elderly, are phasing out, they will come up and make a new Sierra Leone.
Very strong word there, Commissioner. Plenty, thank you. And Fambul, I just remind you, say, you do an NCD HOUR, you civic education program with it for promote good governance in Sierra Leone. We look at Sierra Leone at 57, a good governance analysis. And inside the studio, I get the chairman of NCD, Dr. Kagbo, the commissioner of the Eastern region, Mo Bokri, and the commissioner of the Southern region, Mother Marian Samu. They continue for push the program go before. Chia, make her read this, and probably you respond to that. And the commissioner say go see how them go bring their own take into it. Somebody say political economy analysis is concerned with the interaction of political and economic processes in a society, the distribution of power and wealth between different groups and individuals, and the processes that create, sustain, and transform these relationships over a time. These are the quotes Colin. He wrote one something in 2003.
Yes,
what are your take on this? Because now, in the personal analysis, we don't talk about political, but of course, as you attempt for bringing the economy, so more we look at the political economy of Sierra Leone since 1961.
Thank you. What in Collins talk not true, but you know say Sierra Leone na also part of the global world.
Okay.
And Sierra Leone,
globalization.
Yes, Sierra Leone is a developing country. And if you take Sierra Leone in position within the world, you realize Sierra Leone, they na the periphery, na the surroundings, you know, they are the center.
In essence, are you saying Sierra Leone don't get much way?
They don't get much for say because the world, because of globalization, policy is made from the center. Sierra Leone, yes, we get endowment, we get natural resources, but until you call the multinationals for car excavate and pay you well before you enjoy the money, and also the multinationals they come out. Now from over yonder.
So then they call the shots.
Yes, and if you say good governance is hinged upon the development of the economy, they go find say there is a sort of a contradiction. The economy in the developing country, not the augur well for develop better governance.
But Chair, somebody go quickly say to you, say Sierra Leone is not the only third world country. Those in the periphery also don't make some strides. Take the sub-region, look at Ghana, Ivory Coast, and other countries.
You look at the superficial side of it.
Okay.
We talk about an economy where they've been propelled by the internal forces of a country, not to an economy where dependent upon. Yes, Ghana has done it, but Ghana still left far in terms of having an independent economy.
Okay.
Ghana is still a victim of globalization. It may make use of a normal for things go on. But you go see where you go Ghana, you go find out for say themselves get their own problems.
So Chair, make I hold you on that. Third world nations, because you don't mention Ghana and Sierra Leone is one of them.
Yes.
We are victims of globalization, so therefore we're not for take responsibility for set things straight.
That is where now that place there we go and they can't reach for there. We take cognizance of the external environment.
Okay.
It has not been taken care of over a period.
So how do we take care of this external environment for make we self push through or break through?
Yes, if we as Sierra Leone, alone with 7 million able, we get regional economic groupings then. We get the Mano River Union. We get ECOWAS. We can make use of them till we get larger markets. Though we get a sort of the propensity for act, for challenge, or for withstand, so that we get resilience to global forces. You see, because now you see global forces now a torrential current where if you're not able to withstand that, they weaken you. And when we weaken the economy, they weaken the politics.
And for 57 years, we've not been able to withstand.
Well, we've not done that yet because you see, it is usually business as usual. Me not to socialist, but I tell you for say, the bulk of the third world people then, they need a social economy. An economy that is not purely capitalistic.
So are you thinking of a welfare state?
A welfare state for that matter, where the people, the poverty-stricken people who constitute the majority of the third world countries could be catered for. You see, but if you say now business as usual, for developed capitalism, raw capitalism, I'm afraid it will pauperize other people.
How do you extricate the African from that kind of dependency mentality?
Well, it's over time. That's over time. I agree it's over time. But definitely we should start somewhere. We should start somewhere to socialize the economy. So that at least, for example, like Sierra Leone, the 80% down there, would also start, because it affects the minds,
Essentially, you talk about, say, opportunity for those side, government side will get factories.
No, if government will get factories, but government will develop the private sector. Government will pump in resources to the private sector.
But who said the resource to come out?
Well, inside the resource to come out, now government for try for do now. For Ghana, that resource there so that it go team up 9 foot. But if you say power up all time plus it go big, it go difficult. And forget them, now we say Sierra Leoneans for sacrifice. But Sierra Leoneans...
But are Sierra Leoneans willing?
Well, this is the problem. That's another problem. Are we willing to sacrifice? Are we willing to go down to the farm? To the village, to become agriculturists.
Yeah, that's all remind me. The Ghana Sefa the gas example. So we know there was a time where they went through so many things.
Team be hard for the best.
There's even patients for certain.
Yes, they come free to here and then drape them.
But they went over that particular
period. Through resilience, through hard work.
But how much of standard stuff?
Again, me believe say the type of education. It don't sort of put you in a place where always look for white collar jobs. And the type of education don't give we that mentality for always put necktie and look for office job. We don't want to go na the farm. That mentality they are factory. That is the elitist mentality. And with elitist mentality, it will be very difficult for develop, the poverty stricken people then. Because all man going to look for, what I want, what's the money. You understand? So me they say the new direction for make sure the car don't begin talking so for the economy it be taken care of where we go extricate yourself over time from dependency so that Sierra Leone self go add value to in products them, Sierra Leone go able to polish in diamonds them, Sierra Leone go able to add value to iron ore, bauxite, chromite, etc. All in there, Sierra Leone go able to develop the private sector. We'll get enough foreign exchange. Why the dollar they pan tap way? Now because of that, we don't get enough foreign exchange as Sierra Leoneans. We don't get strong currency. Sierra Leone to strong currency.
I can't tell, but for go back and ask the question in terms of economy. Since we talk about political economy of Sierra Leone since independence, the dollar don't so overtake we.
Yes.
That's almost like a cut kite.
Yes.
Around independence, till to the 70s, we talk about. Yes.
No, but the economy not develop it. That's said they try for come up.
But
the value of money they appreciate over time.
Yeah, no.
And it show waiting the country get where they back in foreign exchange. Waiting the dollar they show so it shows say America gets strong economy. So let's try look at strong economy. Although in a developing country, we say for Lyon
at that time when we were at
no, it can't be the same again, sir.
So what really? How did it happen?
Because you said disparity in the economies. Then the developed economy, then develop, then they do the right thing, then they export, then they manufacture, then they sell. You know, so you know, don't until you not buy, they buy. You they give what you don't get. Always you get what you don't get. And when they give what you don't get nothing. Then if you're not for sale, if not for sale, you go owe that.
Very, very terrible situation. But make I bring in Commissioner Buckley, looking at the political economy of Sierra Leone since independence, 61 to date. Where are we, and why are we struggling?
Thank you again for that question. You see, I again reflect on what the president may say. They say change is possible.
Okay.
If we are ready and prepared for it.
Are we prepared as Sierra Leoneans?
We must be prepared. That brings in disciplined leadership.
Okay.
Right? Mitigate corruption. All those loopholes where the monies have been leaking, they must be stopped. They must be sealed. That this country, all the money should now be going to the consolidated revenue fund.
Which is a good idea.
You understand?
But
when that takes place, all those unnecessary expenditures, I call them unnecessary because anyone that is not meaningful, it's not economically justifiable, you stop them. Like today, imagine how much we would have spent today on celebrating Independence Day, you know, and you take into consideration when those funny things that used to happen, double business, that kind of thing, the palaba, the way they commodity, the fet, destroying people's property, that kind of thing, all of those things, when you put them under control and you strengthen the legal system, you know, the justice sector, you make sure you strengthen them, that anyone that is is culpable of any crime is brought to book. Corruption, they are brought to book. They are charged. You understand? All of those things, people you throw that sort of adrenaline at the system, that fear in them. They stop all those things. You see the country moving. We started with Ghana. Now in Ghana, in the port of Ghana, there are some vehicles. The age of that vehicle, if it's beyond some number of years, you will not bring them there. They will not enter there. But so, you come to our port now and go and
that
you
is,
find out that there are some
that is the question, Commissioner.
Yes.
What is the problem with the Sierra Leonean mindset where they look at something, pass it and say this bad?
Well, that is where the leadership comes in now. The leadership, if you are not ready for it, you'll be forced to do it. If you are not willing, you'll be forced to do it. And if you are not ready, you opt out.
What is the appeal that you are making for this leadership to be supported so that the right thing is done at all times?
To help the leadership brings in the need for civic education.
Okay.
To change people's mindset, their perception, to stop the status quo, and now think new. Get a new thinking of their job, the country, putting the country first before self. You know, when you do that, you are thinking right. You are putting the country to be number one. That minus you. Your parents have been there. All your great-great-grandparents, they have died. They have left you. How did they leave you? So what legacy are you leaving for your children that are coming? If you are not prepared to set a good environment for them, prepare a good environment for them, you must leave where you are.
But
you know,
Commissioner,
you know, you go to some places where they have land. You know, if you sell all the land and forget about your children, where are they going to be tomorrow? You sell all the land, forgetting about recreation, forgetting about education. Where are people going to build to get education, to get hospitals, markets? You know, the place is not planned. So people need to think ahead, not of now or those days. They have to be thinking.
Now, when you look at the age brackets, in all of what is happening, the young people. Yeah, sorry. Well, maybe just the flow. Me mind come.
I just want the common people to understand.
Yes.
Not just the degrees of things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Let's not take the age
Let's take-
bracket and look at the preparedness of the Sierra Leonean for all of them things he has to for make it actually work. Because I know say most of we don't get tired of seeing the same thing year in, year out. We come back to April 27 and say it's Independence Day, but it's not working. Our young people, are they prepared for this new direction, the way things for go?
Thank God, the young people are now facing the new direction, the young and the new. All right. When we begin to bring civic education, begin to teach them from school. From the school, they imbibe that culture of loving the country, putting the country first above all else. Thinking that Sierra Leone is a country of several tribes, not just one tribe. That we need to work together as a family. We need to cohabit, to live together as a family, as a nation. All right? When we begin to think that way, they begin to get that kind of mindset from their childhood, and they grow with it. We used to have people that in those days, from school, friendship begins from school. Till date, there are some relationships you establish in school, where up to now, you still get the people that they ask you party.
Okay.
So we used to get the inter-school competitions. But first, we used to get the culture of accepting defeat. All that thing and they, when we begin for teach we begin that way then. Now us, you see the picking they do small thing where you don't say this is bad. You correct them right from that moment today. You don't say no, not so for me. When you party, when you come on at school, can you ask them where you party go to school today? How do they feel? Let you know say you forget party. You know, when holiday come, some people they be left, then they go on other man in place. Then they go holiday. Then when they border, some they go to the company, after some time they go to other one. All that they bring that unity inside. So when we begin for teach you begin from this level, till that they grow, that party business it could grow. Okay. You will not say, you know, for things self. You for remember your next person, you for
so
remember your friend.
It becomes some effort we all for be involved in.
Everybody for be involved in
school, out of school, in the communities.
In the communities, everybody need for we use for care for others. People that need for care for others. You know, if you see say you come in picking up go school, you see him, you tell him, Papa. No, you don't need for beat them. Maybe because that
culture they almost don't die out.
Well, we need for beginner. If we not beginner, you know, you go die forever.
You born them for me. Why you for can't discipline them for me?
We need for care. We need for.
I mean, I used for your first time. I used for your say. Now one person the born picking, also one person the men. But now, all man is say no. Me be picking. Oh man, I saw go men. How thing go?
Again, the question of modernity, the community spirit. Every picking, the community picking. But in terms of modern times, where people don't accentuate human rights, so you know, go all picking is smack and say, you know, go under. Then go carry on a police. You know, anything. So you know, see, say society they change, but the way they change, not so for change. Therefore, we for try for create the structures them where like we talk about civic education. Now, one of the best way so that we go able.
I want for bringing Commissioner Samuel
right.
on this issue of Bill Council. This social factor, issue of cohesion, national unity, where do we stand in that? For 57 years now, since independence, we grapple with this thing, it seems to be elusive.
And that's one of the main things that we don't lost in the salon. Martin Luther King will say, if we must learn to live together as brothers and sisters, otherwise we perish as fools.
Oh.
We perish together as fools. Because it is only when we learn to live as brothers and sisters, now you go look after your company, the pikin.
Okay.
Because you know go one let your company pikin go do bad thing because you know say you get for reflect on you tomorrow. Because we don't left society, we don't left everybody for let this man say not say you born am for me. You are not coming am for me. Make when in pikin they go do bad, it's going to influence on the larger community. From in host it can go to the community. From the community, it go nationwide. So these are some of the things we don't lose as a country. make today we dey face with this a lot of problems there with young people, because young people these days not grow up for say like our own times when you dey go school. If you come on at school send before time you dey afraid that your mama padi say not see you, because you know say where they see you where you gonna beat for you.
But for now who cares?
Nobody cares, because they are on the streets all over. Now make sometimes I can say maybe we, even if we want for their education better, the first thing we for do that afternoon shoot pull up. Then the pikin for know why is there in uniform at 4, 5, 6. Even the school be the question you, why are you in uniform at 5 o'clock?
But for now, we not say 2-shift system. So even if I'm on shift the person day,
yeah,
nobody not going for tell that this
exactly.
person for in a treat.
So these are all some of the values that we don't lose as a country. We make we first don't be very reflect 57 years of independence.
And now I want to change the tempo of the discussion. Yes. We've been looking at the problems there. Taking it from different angles, politically, socially, economically. Now, in two minutes, because we're almost with time not in favor again. How do we move from this point at 57? How do we get to the next level where it will actually be a change in a new direction?
Mr. Moderator, if you can ask me, particularly so at this present moment, we will not say glaringly, Sierra Leone a similarly divided nation. Dialogue is the most important thing.
Dialogue.
We need for, let we talk to ourselves as 17 tribes, let we get the understanding so that we'll go sort of aim at the same, direction. You see, but the politicization of the whole scenario don't cause a divided nation. Because they go to do research, of course, that day, where they ask people and talk to them, the way they talk to we, you go find out for say, Sierra Leone, I might not say a seemingly divided nation, but for now, Sierra Leone is a divided nation. No, the most important thing...
the president acknowledged that in his speech today.
Yeah.
When for tell we say we for work on that serious one.
We for work, and that for be say we create the necessary structure institution, not just talking, but we need a massive campaign, national campaign, where go towards that direction for let we create unity and cohesion. It's necessary. We say we practice democracy. Democracy is a competitive thing. That means we compete like so they play football. Who win, he win. Who lost, he lost. You bear. But if we're not able to tolerate each other, how we practice the democracy we want? If we're not able, then not find another system. But we know say democracy now we they practice now. If we practice them, we for tolerate each other, we for understand each other, we for get a sort of a consensus among we 17 tribes will say, now so we the goal and direction to get. And if we be based, if we be anchored on equality, if we be anchored on equality in terms of the nations where we think that particular country day. So me feel say dialogue, and if it be a sort of a purposeful, dialogue where we sit down, we get a national concord for say never again for Sierra Leone to be divided, because the division of a state will make it not to become a state, and a state was created for that cohesion. Not of us say no get different parties anymore. Different parties will exist within a state, but therefore no say they get one objective, national objective. We all man for think say now the country first, now they work for. And the idea there for day. But like what talk, if we be anchored on, if we be rested upon what? Unity, justice, and of course all man for make sure say elect all man, who call man. Not for just superficially, but for genuinely like we safe, so that as Sierra Leoneans will go forge ahead.
Maka bring in Commissioner Bokri, even as we try for round up. Yeah. How we go move from this point?
In the first place, let us elect Sierra Leone.
Okay.
Let us know say Sierra Leone is greater than we all. And nobody know no matter the position where they hold, Sierra Leone is bigger than you. We for make let all man believe that, let all man believe in that, let them know that one day. And that could be facilitated through continuous and effective civic education.
Okay.
That's one. Number two, we for discourage lawlessness. When people do things, they just go away with it. That impunity. If I stop, if I come to an end, if you do bad, let the law deal with you. The law, if we be supreme, we all for the under law. Nobody not the above law. We for know that one day. 2, 3, we for be honest with ourselves. When you say something, let it be say you say the practicer. Not for country, not in public, you talk them. People they hear that rhetoric, not to in alter. Now the action. What they do, now important. Not to what they say. So people therefore practice what they say. If you say you are a disciplined person, let discipline. You say for be disciplined. If you say you're a leader, if you go, let them people that go. You so get away the all day. Why you not come again? Today when I not come sign it, you go look inside the book. How much your clock you come? If you come early, you serve the CU. Where they can meet you. The next person, the next morning, they will come early. When person can meet you to open a gate, don't even talk. Just look at no more. Let you know say you don't do bad. The next time, now enforce they come. You know what? Let you come before them because you know what they mean. So for practicing today and love each other as a nation. Let we let safe. Not look at the person like say in come from the different planet. We all are the same country we did. We all are from the same Sierra Leone. You come on there, anything happen to anybody now today, now you're in Sierra Leone. You go outside, you are not going on any passport, you are going on Sierra Leone passport. Definitely. So anything will happen with you. And outside, you're in Sierra Leone. We forget concern. As a Sierra Leonean, you forget concern for a fellow Sierra Leonean.
No, Commissioner, forget to take on this.
Yes, I mean, as I've always said, but me, I can always say, that law and order when we don't go patrol, they come back.
Discourage
because they always say, discourage lawlessness completely until this country, until we all decide for abide by the rules and regulations of our communities, of our nation states. Then and only then. And like we got Baiko policies, we got Baiko laws there, where they're on paper. But I didn't
well, I want to say plenty thank you to the panelists them. When the chairman of NCD, Dr. Kagbo, the commissioner of NCD Eastern Region, Momo Bokri, and the commissioner of NCD Southern Region, Madam Marian Samo. The thing we want for left with the people of Sierra Leone, let there be purposeful dialogue, love for country and love for others. More discourage lawlessness. More be honest. And now more than Samu put on. He said that law and order we don't go patrol. Men come back. Something in the review. But dear, they don't make the place back for make you come. People have been send some text message. Make I just go take and quick then as bring down the curtain on this program. They say Happy Independence Day to all Sierra Leoneans, though 90% of the people are not happy because we are in the same place after 57 years of independence. They say since these old people are involved in politics, I never believe this country will grow because they don't have new agenda for change but old one. We have nothing to celebrate because we still have things to address like division in parliament, regionalism, tribe, sectionalism, corruption, etc., etc. Well, we'll say thank you to you will take time for send your message to this program. We're not going to read everything because time don't bet we. I just want to remind you, so if you're doing NCD HOUR, your civic education program will come to you courtesy of the National Commission for Democracy. We made a look at the country at 57. And plenty thank you to the one that will behind the camera and even the management of SLBC will make this program reach you. Me will bring the program come to you, mean a Reverend Jibril Akago. They say to you, like I can always say, Salo 9-1 we get. No matter what happen, make sure say you help for keep her united. God bless you until we meet again.
This commission, then begin up 1994, salon before Bangkok government and democracy. National Commission for Democracy. They promote art and development. They promote democracy. They do it by civic education. They will help you for know your rights as salon person and waiting they be around you. Advocacy and research. They work with local and international international organization, the National Commission for Democracy. In mission, now for tell people them about peace. We want man right them. And now we for live in a society where we all equal.